Hello, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. For those who know, for those of you who don't know me, my name is George, and on this YouTube channel, I share videos about what I call Entrypoint Waterfast and about a philosophy called Entrypoint. And I've been doing this for many years, but not on YouTube, but on my Czech Facebook profile where I publish videos. And I think about a year ago, I decided to just post videos in English because I have a lot of friends who actually speak English, and I want to share this information with them because what I share on online, I share information that I honestly believe that it's life changing, and the reason I believe that is that what I'm telling you, what I've experienced, was life changing for me. And in this video, I would like to look back at my seventh entry point water fast, which I finished about 7 weeks ago. But before I tell you what happened during the fast and also what happened after the water fast, I would like to first of all thank all of you who support me, who like my videos, who who share them, who write me on WhatsApp, with whom I do online or phone or WhatsApp consultations. So thank you very very much because you guys are my motivation to continue to share this information. And before I start about Entry Point Waterfast, I would like to also speak to the second group, and that group is are people who maybe started following me now, and you guys don't, you are not sure, why I do water fasting, So I'll do a brief introduction, and then I'll move on to the amazing things that were happening during the seventh water fast and and the weeks after. So I started fasting in 2019, and I started uh, because I was doing another crazy thing, which was that every day I ran 7 kilometers and 250 meters, and without skipping a single day, I did 365 days in a row. If someone asked me, George, do you prefer to do everyday run or do you prefer to do water fasting? I will always choose water fasting. So for 365 days, I was running every day, and as the anniversary was coming up, I was thinking, hey, maybe I should follow up with something that is equally majestic as running every day for 365 days without skipping a day. And a friend of mine from my favorite bar in the center of Prague, where I sometimes play guitar in the public, I think it's called busking, but not for money, but for the good mood and spirit that we are all in when this is happening in my favorite place. And there is a bartender, Miss Caroline, and she told me that once she did water fast, and that she did for 21 days, and in the end, she got into this very interesting state of mind, or alternative state of mind, or alternative state of consciousness. So this really intrigued me. So I tried to Google and read as much information and books that I could find, and I started. Now there were various reasons, other reasons why I started. There were, but I will now just quickly run through the water fast, because the most interesting thing was that l- the first water fast up till then. Now I'm 45, so back then I was, I think, 42 or 43. I'm not sure right now. So I never cooked in my life, and during the first water fast, somehow it unlocked within me the ability to cook. And since then, I have a lot of cooking experiences what you can do with food. So this is what got unlocked during the first water fast. And also for me, it was if because the first water fast was 50 days, and if for 50 days you drink water only, it completely changes your perception of everyday reality. Like for my whole life, when someone told me I didn't have breakfast, I felt like, oh my god, let's quickly find a place where you can grab something and eat, because if you don't eat within 4 hours of not eating breakfast, you are going to die. Oh my God! And this is the paradigm that I lived in. When I heard about water fasting, it was in the context of political statements, or it was someone who was extremely spiritual, like someone in India. So during the first water fast, this thing got unlocked: cooking and the change of perception. So when I finished, I thought to myself, "Oh my God, I have to do it again to see if it's gonna be the same, or if it's gonna be the same, or if it's gonna be, let's say, more boring." So I started, I think, 6 months later. I think that I did 41 days, 41 days or 40 days. I don't remember. It's all written in the comments to this stream. So after 40 days or 42 days, or during this second fast, you know, I know it will sound crazy what I'm going to say, but I'm 100% convinced that I found a cure for cancer. Now, of course, it sounds crazy that I'm saying this here in my living room in Prague, Czech Republic, with red glasses on. But I contacted an oncologist, a professor in the States, Jocelyn Tan, and via Facebook, and I shot a 55-minute interview with her, during which I presented her my findings with regards to cancer, and she confirmed everything. So I published this after the second water fast, and the video for this you can find also in the comments to this stream. So I finished the second water fast. Also during the second water fast, many things happened. Just so you know that I'm not just saying that many things happen, and I'm not making it up. So for example, one thing was, I play piano, and I have actually three piano tunes. One that I wrote before second water fast. One that I after the second water fast, I took the song that I wrote before the fast and I upgraded it, and then I did a third brand new piece on the piano that I did after the water fast. And one thing I definitely have to push myself to do in the future, because when I tell people, during the water fasting, you can experience alternative way of viewing the reality. Your brain works in a completely different mode. It's really it's hard to imagine it, but one way I can show it to you is that I play you the three pieces on the piano, and you can hear, it's like you can hear the difference. It almost feels like it's two different people. The one is like sort of like very simple playing, and the third song, it's actually quite hard to play it, and the technique, it's much developed. So I was surprised that during the second water fast, and again, this is one of the many things aside for finding the cure for cancer. So this was what happened during the second water fast. So I finished, and I'm like, oh my God, the second water fast was even better than the first water fast. I have to do the third water fast to see if it's going to stay on the same level or if it's going to get even better. And during the third water fast, I discovered the proper way to diet, or not even to diet, but to feed yourself. And again, does it sound crazy that a guy from Prague with red glasses on would find the ideal way to feed a human being? Because there's like so much money and research done in this area. And you know what? I did find a very common sense, because everything that's entry point, it's common sense, smart, without any filters that we have put on. So when you look at the way we feed ourselves, not from the point of view of your life or your parents' life or 100 years back, but you have to look at it that our body, our genetic code is like completely like a diamond carved in with the reality that it lives in. And if you imagine, and it's written in this book. So in this book, Sapiens, it states that the number one reason why, and not only humans but any organisms, why anyone dies, the number one reason is that they starve to death because they are unable to get to hunt something down. They're unable to find something to eat, and they die. That's reason number one. And I think second one was wars and fights, and the third one is diseases. But anyway, so the number one reason is that you don't get the energy. So obviously, through the process of evolution that took on hundreds of millions of years, the genetic code, our in time, we had to adapt, and not only we as humans consciously, but the the humanoids before us, then before them, the little lizards, then before the fish in the water. So what they had to do is that they have to be prepared that there will be a period of time where you don't have any food. If we were programmed to only last 6 hours without eating, we would not be here. No one would be here. So genetically, the human body is made for starving. And of course, this is not only out of my head, but a lot of research. And I'm not going to go into details because I want to cover a lot of things. So anyway, all the details you can find in the links below this video. But during the third water fast, I found a way how we can feed ourselves, and I also designed a diet because when you eat this diet, let's say 2 weeks prior to the fast is much easier, and it's a diet or a way of eating that when you finish the water fast, you can eat normally immediately. So this is what I found out during the third water fast. And again, I was just shocked because it again changed my life. So this was, the first water fast was great. Second one was even better. The third one was even better. So I said to myself, I have to do the fourth one because I got to see if it's going to be better or is it going to change my life again or not. And during the fourth water fast, I wrote a book. Oh, actually, it was in the end of the third water fast. I wrote a book, which I just left somewhere. And then during the fourth water fast, I was doing a promo because what I did is after I wrote the book, which is just like a short 50-page manuscript or 60-page how to do fasting, and it's also like a visual manual. You can find it on my website, or I think there might even be a link, but it's in Czech. So, but it's visually it's interesting. So maybe I will add it to the description, and I would really like to hear if any one of you, it's a PDF file. If you download it, and even though you don't understand Czech, if you find it intriguing visually, so that's what I'll do a bit later, after I finish the stream. So right now it's not there. So this is what happened during the fourth water fast. That I was doing a crowdfunding campaign that I will write a really like a 300-page book about fasting, and not only water fasting but Entrypoint water fasting, because I use water fasting as a tool to change my life, and not to change my life in some esoteric oh I feel great now way, but in a way that it really improves your life, with that you feel happier, that you make more money, that you make better friends, that you have more positive experiences in your life. And for me, this is what I turned Entrypoint Waterfast into. Now, to finish it off, I think during the fifth water fast, which I think that fifth or the sixth was only 8 days, so I don't really count them, but I mentioned them. But during the fifth or sixth, which was not the 6 days, but it was the longer one. So let's say it was the fifth one. I think it was the fifth one. I did another discovery, and which was about how to get rid of diabetes. Now I did this video only in Czech. I didn't do it in English, but that's what happened during the sixth water fast, and the fifth water fast, and the sixth water fast that I did before the seventh one. So all these fasts that I'm mentioning, so the five, I have never experienced what I was actually doing the first water fast for. That the extra thinking, or the alternated state of consciousness, or what I call now the flow. And I experienced it during the past, I think, 4 or 5 days of my sixth water fast. It was amazing what was happening and how I lived life. But when I say how I live life, I don't mean it in a way, oh, I woke up in the morning and I had so many things done. I was extremely productive, so I like the way I lived my life. No, 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 no. The way I felt inside, not emotionally, but not physically, but how I guess uh, some people call it soul, some call it spirit, some call it consciousness. Some, you know what I mean. So this part, just like, wow, it just like really enjoyed everything during the past 6 days, and the results during the past 6 days were were so obvious that, because I wouldn't just want to, I feel good, but everywhere around me there is fire. No, I want to feel good, and I want to see that because I cooperated with someone, or I was somewhere, that that situation is for everyone around me, that it's an improvement. When George, when George is at the meeting, there is a greater chance that, we will generate more if George is at the meeting than if he's not there. I will feel better in my life if I have a George as a friend than if I don't. That's how I live my life. And people who know me, my friends who know me, I feel I I'm a, I want to always live my life that, they will feel that it's easier for them to live the life when I am there. And this I really experienced during the past 6 days when I was in the flow. And all of this actually is called entry point, which is the entry point philosophy. If you want to know more about it, there's also a link in the description to this video. So I experienced 6 days being in the flow, and it was amazing. So I finished the water fast, and 6 months later, which was now 3 months ago, I think it was in February, somewhere mid-February, I started the seventh water fast. So now, thank you for surviving all the way till now. I will check the time because I think that I will add it into comments that at 17:35 I finally talk about the seventh water fast. So during the seventh water fast, a lot of things were happening, but the most important one is that the state of the flow that I experienced during the sixth water fast for the past, the last 6 days. During the seventh water fast, this flow state came, I think it was 2 weeks or I have to check the videos. I'm glad I'm doing them because I can always check. But I think that it was about two weeks or 20 days that I was in this flow state. And it was so interesting that I was getting so much positive feedback without me saying anything from my business partners and colleagues. And all this time, I felt like I never felt in my entire life. So this was good, and also, and I was also mentioning in the other in the previous videos when I finished the fast, that during the seventh water fast, I came up with a lot of new things. And when I say a lot of new things, the one that I have to mention is that I me- I already told you about the I call it, the Discovery 2020, which was the cure for cancer. Then as I went through life, somehow in the year 2021, I did another video called Discovery 2021, and that video was about getting rid of diabetes. And then year 2022 came, and of course, I didn't have any ideas. It's not that I think to myself, oh, I will make a discovery. It just comes. And it came during the seventh water fast. So I think that about month and a half to 3 months from now, I will publish Discovery 2022. And if someone would ask me, George, there are these three discoveries. 2020, 2021, and 2022. So cancer, diabetes, and this third thing. George, if you can choose that only one of the discoveries would be made and not the other ones, I would always pick the 2022 from this year. So this came during the 7th Waterfast, and I cannot wait to publish it. Second thing that came out was a TV series, TV video series that I'm going to do about a topic that's extremely interesting. And I will probably start publishing. I will start to publish it, I think, about 3 weeks from now. But what I'll try to do, I already have some parts made in the Czech language, so I'm thinking that I could probably publish the Czech ones, or maybe with English commentary over it, like dub them, and that way I could probably publish it much sooner. So that was a second thing. And the third thing came actually from 4 smaller things that came to me during the 7th Waterfast, and I was able to join them into one coherent message, I hope. And this I will announce next week. So next week, expect a video during which I will announce something that for me is greater, much greater than fasting. And I just cannot look. I just can't wait. And the reason I'll do it next week, because I have to prepare for it more. It's not just like doing a live stream and publishing it, but I will have to shoot it as a video and probably do some graphics and stuff for it. So this came again during the 7th Waterfast. But the most, so again, when I was finishing the 7th Waterfast, it was again better than all the fasts before, because I did it for 60 days. I started on the lowest weight that I ever started any of the water fast. Yet I was able to do it for 60 days, and my weight in the end wasn't the lowest that I had in the past, which again proved to me that I can see and feel physically that the body is getting used to it, and it's like probably like working out. Eventually, you develop the fasting muscle, which works miracles to a human body, since it was made to be starving, because it was always hard to get food from the reality around you. So I finished the water fast, the 7th one, and as I'm finishing it, I'm thinking to myself, wow, this was the best water fast. I cannot wait for the 8th water fast. And by the way, everything that I'm telling you, you can find it in the live streams that I did during the 7th Waterfast. So you can actually check how, what it did to me, when, because I was many times shocked how I all of a sudden lived my life. Anyway, so I finished the 7th Waterfast, already looking forward logically to the 8th Waterfast, because I'm really curious to know if it's going to be better than the 7th one or not, what it's going to be like. But what happened after this 7th Waterfast was that the flow continued. It continued for about over 2 weeks, because I changed something in my life. And I told myself that I will start with this change when I finish the 7th Waterfast. So I changed something in my life when I finished or ended the 7th Waterfast. And for the next 3 weeks, I did something. And that something, I think, completely, not just changed my life, but this is changing my life. And this is actually something that that it led me to, or it convinced me that the discovery 2022, the most important one, I feel that I discovered, because it's not that I thought it out, but I discovered it, is the 3 weeks proved to me that it must work. And this is what I will publish 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now, 3 months from now, 3 weeks from now. I will publish the second thing I was mentioning, which will be sort of like a reality show. It will be a series of videos where something will be developing, and then I will publish the discovery, which will actually follow through this series. And next week, I will publish something that I find, I haven't seen it on the internet. Of course, I've seen it in principle, but what I'm going to present and announce, I've never seen it sort of from a point of view that I'm approaching it. And this is something that, well, I cannot wait. So this will be happening probably next week. So I think this is it. I just wanted to close the door behind Entrypoint Waterfast VII in a row, and I want to now look forward, because I'm really excited about what I'm going to announce next week. I'm really happy and grateful for all of your support, because every like that I see makes me feel like what I'm saying makes sense to you guys. Because I experience on the Facebook profile, on my Czech Facebook profile, that people are just they're just crazy that I don't eat and drink water only. They attack me, and I just feel like it's like if you visit monkeys, and let's say your phone will start beeping, and all the monkeys will be going like this, and they will be upset and will start throwing stones at you because you have this thing that is like making the sound, and you're like, hey, relax, it's just a phone, no worry. So that's exactly how I feel that I'm presenting on the Czech profile, this interesting information about how beneficial to your life can be Entrypoint Waterfast. And instead of them thinking about it and appreciating that it's an interesting information, they get mad at me. So every time I get a like, I feel like, yes, I'm not alone. There are others like me who, regardless what the surroundings, what the family, people, what everything that they say, that I can just like say, stop for a second and just think about it on my own. And when I think about it on my own, what I'm saying here, it's just extreme common sense. And that's why I wear these glasses, or one of the reasons why I wear these glasses is that they're so comfortable that you forget that you have them. And it's exactly like the filters that we have in our mind, how we perceive the reality and how we think about things and how we feel about things. And of course, let's say that I cannot never get rid of these glasses, just like we cannot get rid of the filters or some of the filters. But then it's enough to just recognize that and be conscious of having the glasses. So when you see people to whom I want to talk about water fasting and they immediately get upset, I just feel like they don't they don't realize that the feeling of being upset that's the filter, and they should ask themselves, why am I upset? Oh, because I feel that it's nonsense that he only drinks water and he's not eating. And then we can talk about human evolution and exactly what I said in the beginning. And when you think about it, it's just so obvious. So again, if you find interesting what I'm saying, please like the video, please subscribe to my channel. It just like really pumps me up. Also, in the description to the stream, you can find links to all my previous streams and videos. There's now, I think, a lot of material. And take care. Feel free to write me, email me, WhatsApp me. And next week, I'll see you when I'll announce the big thing next week. Ciao.